Incredibism City, the Shroud emerges as a city born from the interplay between light, darkness, and perception, where nothing is as it seems and where mystery is the only constant. This city thrives on layers, both literal and metaphorical, creating an atmosphere where inhabitants live not in the visible, but in the undefined. The city is a realm of enigmas, built on the idea that truth is never fully revealed and shadows are just as meaningful as light. The people of the Shroud are known as silhouettes, beings whose forms and faces are only partially visible at any given moment. They are composed of a blend of physical matter and shadows, shifting in form depending on how light interacts with them. They communicate through symbolic gestures, shadow puppetry, and cryptic symbols that appear and vanish in their surroundings. Verbal language is rare, used only for intimate or high-stakes communication, while veiled messages embedded in their clothing and movements serve as the primary form of dialogue. Their culture places a strong emphasis on what is left unsaid, and in their society, knowing is less valuable than questioning. Society and culture. In Incredibism City, the Shroud, mystery is a cultural cornerstone. The silhouettes value ambiguity and revel in hidden meanings. Art, music, and architecture all reflect this philosophy, with complex layers that never fully reveal themselves. Symbolic storytelling is the primary form of entertainment, with narratives communicated through shadow performances, where only fragments of a tale are revealed at any given time. Their literature is encoded in shifting ciphers that only become legible when bathed in certain types of light. Their fashion reflects the transient nature of their lives, with clothing made of shifting, flowing fabrics that reflect the environment around them. Fabrics are woven from materials that blur the line between reality and illusion, and the patterns on their attire can only be seen under certain lighting conditions. Has distinguishable locations. 1. The Veiled Market. Hidden in plain sight, the Veiled Market is a central hub for trade within the city. Goods here are not bought and sold openly. Instead, merchants deal in riddles and half-truths. Each stall is veiled in shadow, and patrons must solve cryptic puzzles to gain access to what they seek. The goods themselves are often wrapped in layers of concealment, unseen until the right combination of light and shadow reveals their true form. Rare items, such as fragments of light or solidified darkness, are some of the most coveted treasures in the market. 2. The Spire of Lost Echoes. One of the tallest labyrinth spires, this tower serves as the city's main archive. However, it does not house traditional books or written records. Instead, it is filled with rooms of echoes, memories and moments stored in sound, light, and shadow. Visitors to the spire can walk through corridors and experience fragments of the past, but no two visitors will hear or see the same echoes. The echoes constantly shift, ensuring that the truth remains elusive. The silhouettes believe that history is not a fixed concept, but one that evolves with the viewer's perception. 3. The Crypt of the Shifting Sands. At the city's core lies a vast subterranean temple, the Crypt of the Shifting Sands. Here the city's most profound mysteries are explored, where light itself seems to flow like water, casting patterns on the stone walls that ripple and shift. The crypt is also a centre of worship, though the silhouettes do not worship gods in the traditional sense. Instead, they venerate the hidden truth, an abstract concept representing all that is unknowable. The temple's sands are said to be made from fragments of dreams, and visitors come here to lose themselves in the patterns, seeking enlightenment through obfuscation. 4. The Horizon's Edge Observatory. Perched near the border of the Mist Horizon, the observatory is where scholars and explorers gather to peer into the fog, searching for glimpses of other dimensions. The Mist Horizon warps reality, and the shapes it produces are believed to be echoes of alternate worlds or even the future. The observatory is a place of quiet contemplation and study, where the silhouettes try to map the unfathomable. They create charts of shadow forms and fleeting light patterns, which they believe hold the key to understanding the city's true nature. Transportation. Instead of traditional vehicles, light crafts are the primary mode of transport in the Shroud. These delicate, floating platforms are powered by harnessing light and shadow. They glide along the shadow walkways, absorbing the shifting symbols embedded within the ground to guide their paths. As they move, they leave trails of ethereal light behind them, briefly illuminating the veiled city before fading back into obscurity. The city's core philosophy. At the heart of Incredibism City, the Shroud is the idea that the pursuit of knowledge is infinite. The city itself is a labyrinthine puzzle, a reflection of the belief that understanding the world is not about finding concrete answers, but about embracing the unknown. The veil, a concept central to the city's culture, represents the unseen layers of reality, what lies beneath the surface, constantly shifting and eluding complete comprehension. To live in the Shroud is to dance with the unknowable, to celebrate the beauty of ambiguity. Daily life. Daily life in the city revolves around the ever-changing light patterns. Light watchers, a specialized group of inhabitants, monitor and manipulate light throughout the city, ensuring the delicate balance between shadows and beams. Festivals are held when specific configurations of light and shadow appear, marking moments of collective reflection or revelation. These festivals are ephemeral, much like the city itself, appearing and disappearing within moments. Mystery and exploration. Many inhabitants spend their lives exploring the deeper layers of the city, areas where the very fabric of reality seems to fold in on itself. These explorers are known as shadow seekers, and they believe that by mapping the ever-changing depths of the city, they can uncover the ultimate truth of existence, or at least get closer to it. However, no shadow seeker has ever returned with a complete map, and their incomplete findings are displayed in the Gallery of Lost Paths for others to study. Incredibism City. The Shroud is a city where beauty, mystery, and obscurity are intertwined. The inhabitants embrace the shadows not as something to fear, but as something to explore, reveling in the constant play of light and darkness that defines their existence. Here, truth is never singular, and the journey to uncover it is the ultimate form of expression.